Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 3 versus 3 on Parmini. Playing on Team 1 as the Dark Eldar, we've got Decoy Octonoob, we've got Vembay Official as the Orks, and we have got Sepp as the Tau. On the opposing team, we've got House Soup as the Space Marines, we've got Really Men as the Tau, and we've got Earthcast as the Necrons. So already, straight off the bat, we've got Earthcast building up some ghost turrets straight outside of the Tau base. Quite the aggressive play, it has to be said. We're not even 1 minute into the game and there's already shenanigans going on. I mean, it is a relatively small map. I mean, just look how much distance there is between both sides. Billisco's being pushed away. They're going to cancel that turret straight away, which is fair. Maybe a little bit too bombastic there. Maybe build something a little bit closer. But yeah, lots of negative cover that you've got to take into consideration here. So close combat units will be suffering from attacking over the... Well, actually, to be honest, I think close combat and just units in general trying to cross the river into attacking is going to be quite difficult here. So defensive players may be favoured in this kind of situation. We've got some Fire Warriors firing out the Mandrakes, taking down one model. Now these Builder Scouts trying to protect this relic over here. Now, there is only 2 relics, in fact, two relics for either side of the team, so one player will be shot out. I imagine... I mean, to be honest, this side don't really have any really impressive relic units. I mean, you've got your big dinosaur for the Tau, you've got your Dice of Destruction for the Dark Eldar, you've got your Squiggoth for the Orks. They're not amazing relic units. It's not compared to... Actually, no, there aren't any heavy hitters. I mean, the Restore Monolith, that's pretty based. Land Raider, I suppose that's better than your Dice of Destruction, because at least it holds the line quite well. Plasma Generator being chunked down by the Vespid Stingwings. Although, Bill of Scabs, I mean, are you out DPSing? No, you're not out DPSing them. They are going to gradually get you down. One Plasma Generator being stricken away. Now these lads are going to jump out and try and do the exact same again. Which, to be fair, won't be able to do all that much now that the Tau Commander has come out to play over here. Well, I was about to say, it looked like you're about to go for that decap over there. Then they're siding against it. Tau going to sneak a listening post over on the Necron side. The Necrons don't need that much. They are going to go for their relic over here, so that's probably why they're going for it. Realistically, Necrons only need 3 for most of the game. Got a Tau Commander here of the red variety, chilling out. Over on this side, what's going on? We've got some... it's basically the same thing. Like a mirror of the north and south. Imperial Fist building up a heavy bolter turret here. And Force Commander having a little look at these guys, but not really something you want to push too far into. Got some infiltrated Mandrakes and Really Men asking for some Builder Scabs to come over to see if they can spot these Mandrakes, which isn't a bad strategy. But then again, like we say, if there's Necrons on the opposing team and all the base are quite near each other, quite hard to sneak an infiltrated unit inside their base. Servitor being chased around, and Plasma Generator. Wonderful harassment from these Vespids from Sepp here. Now Tau Commander on Tau Commander action almost. Saying, stop, I've seen you somewhere before. It's a lovely shade of orange considering that all his buildings are blue. Quite nice, I like that. Bit of contrast. Got this ever bottom of it being destroyed by the big mech and the boys. Servitor trying to ignore them. His internal programming not letting him deviate from the task at all. Getting that sweet release from his servo duties. Force Commander going to come in. See if he can bash the big mech. Mandrakes giving us the old straight edge symbol as they decap that relic. So left-hand side looks like it's going to be under the formal control of the southern team. Over or down on this side, we do have some Necron Warriors and a Necron Lord causing some trouble over here, but we are seeing a lot of dead. Although these guys, are you going to repair? Yeah, you're going to repair yourself, you'll be fine. Can't keep a Necron down for long. This listing post, tier 2, about to be bashed, but the AFCAS builders are keeping it alive. Sadly, no, will go down. Phase shift on these lads as they repair themselves. Almost full squad wipe there if you... Oh, where were you dancing to? Doing the Necron shuffle. Unable to get past these Vespids. There we go. Probably needed some oil in the motor joints there. And just a team of heroes over here keeping these guys back. Now, unsure who's going to take that relic from the southern team. For the Emperor, the Space Marines shout as the Orks charge in. Mandrake's also going to join the forward press of bodies. Full shot from the Northern Tower Commander takes down that big mech. And how? Was that like a delayed teleport, maybe? Unsure. Rather wait. Must have been the last dying wish of that big mech that all those guys come in and teleport away. A good chunk of Northern Fire Warriors and Necrons coming in on this side. Got some Scourges jumping in there. Moving round firmly on the backside as to maximise their usefulness at range. Don't want to get caught up in close combat with these Necron Warriors. Still not gone for their Disruption upgrade. But on number, on mass, they should be alright. Although this is a staunch line. Double Fire Warrior squads. There we go, they'll teleport back home. These Fire Warriors have been left high and dry. Or high and damp in the river. Depending on how that expression would work in this context. I'll go and see the Orks take on that relic. So Restore Monolith for the Necrons. Squig off for the Orks. Should we get to that stage of the game. And more Scourges on their way. Be interested to see if the Scourges can out DPS the Fire Warriors of the Northern team, but then again they've got Fire Warriors of their own. The lovely aqua blue flavour. But a Red Tau Commander trying to keep away from those Necrons. Blade Ones slithering through the swampy waters as more Scourges come in. Might actually get a squad wipe there. They're not being reinforced. On this side, the Necron Lord has got back up. Feeling fresh and fancy. And he phase shifts. Oh, well, that makes sense. Just to direct the fire towards him while these guys reposition. That's a fair enough thing to do. Over here, we've got same back and forth. Same squad of Space Marines. Different day. Just another day at the office. Auto Noob asks for help from the Orks. And there we go, some Storm Boys coming in, jumping round the flanks. Vespid's also going to do the same. And just everyone moving forward, catching them in the negative cover. Big explosions, keeping these guys back. And these guys do not move and shoot at all. So once out of position, they're going to have to go all the way back home. Ghosto attempted to be put up. Necron Lord, though, teleports away, seeing the sense. And now the Scourge are going to come over here, maybe seeing at what they could do about this side of the map. Orks on this side, coming down to assist with the assault. In a 3 versus 2 scenario, leaving the Space Marines to go about their business, capping that relic.
Victory countdown has begun.
And all goes quiet. Relative silence. The calm before the storm. What are the economies like? We've got... hold on, let me go from... Right, sorry, 27... 72... Oh, bloody hell. 74 and 20, 92 and 40, and 45% and 70, compared to 74 and 20, 98 and 20, and 74 and 30. God, I had a brain aneurysm then for a second. You've got to try and figure out which team member is the first one, otherwise you give up, like, half of one team, half the other. Honestly, man, this whole casting business, very confusing. They said it'd be great for the old brain to keep it trained and active, but I feel like as if early onset dementia is setting in.
6 minutes until
There we go, Barracuda coming in, flanking these Vespids. Vespids are going to struggle against it. Fire Warriors using their range to keep pegging this listing post. Orks moving around on the side there. We've got to be careful of these Space Marines. They are ready to do some punishing of their own. Also, I should really remember to turn off the Discord when I'm doing these casts. Normally do that, but completely forgot. So hi Demi, how are you doing? Good firing line for these guys. So you got your shooter boys, they've got the big shooters, you got your Scout Squads who have not gone for their Dark Lancers as of yet. Still focusing on that anti-infantry vibe. Space Marine's not really being given much of an opportunity to push out here. Constantly being shaken back. You have nearly everyone going for their tier 2, potential tier 3 for the Chiron command post for the Northern Tau here. But yeah, this is quite a scary force from the Southern team at the moment. Just going to jump straight on top of these Space Marines, giving them no room to run away. And yeah, slapped down like a sad sandwich. One squad goes down. Shepard might also go down as well. No, he actually manages to narrowly survive. But the siege begins on the Northern Space Marines. On the south side of the Tau have been given the job to defend this area. The command to kill the Space Marine has arrived. And this is a lot to deal with. Although we do have a... Oh, bloody hell, what are you called? You are called a... Devilfish Troop Carrier, that's what you're called. And at the moment, there's not much in the way of detection for the Southern team, so this guy's just able to chill out. But wonderful positioning, using this edge of the map to prevent anyone from flanking them. It's a maneuver around, but won't want to mess around with that listing post. Standing in the middle of an ocean for jumping back home. Now, not quite the killing blow that they were looking for there. And what have we got going on? Yeah, we've got tier 2 for a lot of boys and girls at the moment. In fact, everyone. Is the Orks there? Yeah, you're fair. You're even tier blooming 3. Got some mischief in the chat at the moment. Some ill will. To be fair, that teleport abuse, I think it was just a delayed Big Mech, because he did kind of like die, didn't he? You don't intentionally kill your Big Mech to teleport them out. But in the heat of the moment, it's hard to really tell those kinds of things. Those kinds of things are sometimes up for debate. Whether it was intentional or not, I don't think it was intentional. Archon now armed with his big old splinter cannon. I don't know why, but I found the Archon, when he's got his splinter cannon up, equipped, it's just quite a funny little model. Like it's just his hands too big. Gosh darn it! Big hands for a big gun. And we've got some flash kits moving in now. Big Mech teleporting in. Stormboys also joining the fray. Rhino transport trying to bust past these guys. Over on this side as well, we've got some fighting in the form of some Bill of Scavs trying to capture that relic over there. The Space Marine's being pushed back once again. Quadruple Incubi on the Archon. Rifts in the middle of these Scourges. In fact, double Rifts. So, locking them offline from firing for a little while. They're going to come over here and add to this offensive. Or defensive, sorry. As Really Men brings in those Fire Warriors. Although these Scourges doing a fair bit amount of damage themselves. Dice of self-inflicted pain goes, whatever that ability is called, goes on them. Preventing them from retreating, allowing the Incubi to cut and tear anyone that they can get into contact with. Lots of Ghost turrets. Second Necron Monolith as well. Very nice stuff. What's this green thing over here? Oh, one singular tank buster. He's in a squad of 4, but these guys have just kind of spread themselves out a bit. Got some witches now. EpiPenning the drugs inside them and chasing after the fire warrior bodyguard. Feral Summer, there we go, there he is. Throwing down a big blue, which we missed because we can't get everything. No one man can catch all the action in a single Dawn of War game. And if he can, he'll be too powerful. His strength would know no bounds. We do have a... What, you are a destroyer? Okay. So looking at the compositions at the moment, this is very, very anti-infantry focus at the moment. So the Northern team would really benefit from bringing some vehicles into the fold. We've got some Hellfire Dreadnoughts, which are a nice all-rounder. Good for general infantry, heavy infantry vehicles when they've got their... That missile launcher? Yeah, you've got a missile launcher. And then obviously when these guys decide to go for a little bit more vehicle play, they can also replace their autocannon with a lasgun, which is quite good. Very mobile as well. Don't tend to see these dreadnoughts getting caught on any terrain features, as they are quite slim in comparison to a tank. Gonna see Skyway missile gunship throwing down some bloofers, or at least threatening to throw down some bloofers, but deciding against it. Where is that Skyway missile gunship? Can't seem to see it. Look at Stormboys jumping around the side. Flash kits providing them some supporting fire. Drugs coming in. Malediction confusing these fire warriors, and now it's a big old slog. Big green coming down in the form of a solar pulse, forcing these guys to reposition themselves. Huge blue mushroom going to cause issues for these incubi who are trying to get out of this difficult situation. Also, like, running back into the explosive outline. The Ethereal goes down, sadly. All the Tau weep for their lost commander. And the Flash Gate still holding strong on the flanks. An absolute slog. I mean, just if we get onto ground level here, it's just... It's a wonderful sight. Feel sorry for anyone caught in the middle of that. But the Southern Tau do seem to be getting the mainstay of it. Forcing them back. It might be of use to start standing, or at least decapping this relic, just because, I mean, if we look on the other team's perspective, you turn that off and they got all that extra little vision going on there. So need to certainly keep your eyes on those critical and relic locations. Over here we've got the Space Marines using their Rhino to get them into the best position possible. And going for their double heavy bolters and missile launchers, but still no vehicles to be seen on the southern side. So those missile launchers a bit of a waste at the moment. Barracuda's throwing down a face down Necron Lord, saying you can't see me. As another solar pulse comes down, cooldown on that bad boy is very, very small. But not able to quite get that push in there. And especially on this side, all these ghost turrets and all of this line of fire warriors prove nigh on impossible, but they are going to go for that decap of the critical location. Might not want to stay around for it there. There we go. Falling back is just doing it to deny the vision. The vision. The Scourge is now rotating back down to the south side. Got a couple of Warp Beasts in their ranks. And if they can get a good engagement with those Warp Beasts, they'll be doing alright for themselves. Restore Monolith now on the field. But thankfully these Scourges can just upgrade themselves from Dark Lances, so if they need some quick anti-vehicle stuff, they should be alright. Oh! Synchronized! Wow, look at that! Don't see that very often, do you? A finger beauty. Will they touch there? Will the bloofers kiss? Can they do it? Ah, just a little peck on the cheek there. Don't know why I wanted that. I just did. Like a Venn diagram of Tau explosions. And we've got a fighter bomber. Wonderful to disrupt. I mean, look at that, just disruption of infantry formations all day long. be amazing against these tower formations, forcing them to reset up their guns every time they get hit. Right, Lord Destroyer is going to stick these guys in the stasis. Although, what he's going to do with that, I don't know. Going to need to do that in the heat of the moment. Would be wonderful to save that ability for these Warp Beasts. I'm not sure if he knows that they've got the Warp Beasts yet. The Oppressive Rage of the Storm Monolith. Going to be quite deadly in this firefight. A wonderful shade of blue for these Fire Warriors. Oh, they're fake ones, that's why. Over on this side, they're just shooting things down. Lots of Harbinger drones. Interesting strategy, Mr. Towman. How much economy do you have? Not sure if you... Oh, sorry, wrong one. Wrong one again. There we go, got there in the end. Ah, you've got the green flirt for that. I mean, the Orks are now really suffering. Space Marines really punishing them for not paying them much heed or attention. This guy's now going to send their entire army more or less over on this side to push the Space Marines back. Orbital bombard, but not quite getting the damage it needed to do. Really sorry again. Got double fighter bombers. Well, a lot of Barracudas. Be very careful. If those Barracudas catch sight, there we go, look at that. We'll see them now try and focus fire them down. Gonna restore Monolith, and which one is the fake one? You are the fake one. You are not real, young man. But do these guys know? Who knows? It all looks the same to me. Scout Squad's unsure really what to do. This firing line is now just edging closer and closer, one step at a time. Tower down south, looking less than pleased. It's gone for a coalition centre and a counter. For a second, I thought those two were the same building. What's going on in the centre at the moment? We've got another ethereal holding things off. Got fighter bombers being a nuisance as the Slugger Boys teleport away. This time with the big mech alive. One player has been defeated. Who got defeated? Oh, it was a tower player. Fair enough, that makes sense. Well, his teammates are still around. And maybe that's exactly what they need. Just some more strategic points for them to hog. Flash Kits having a field day of these Fire Warriors in the negative cover. But another blue for coming down. Good lord, not being microed away. Ah, there we go. Narrowly surviving for some of those models at the very least. Fire Warrior, Fire Line. Still holding strong now. Got this little curve. Oh, sorry about that, boys and girls. My game crashed for reasons beyond my ken. Anyway, we're still going. Everything's happening. Tau have just left the game, and the push continues. It's going to be a very desperate situation for these guys at the moment. They have got lots of stuff going on, though. They've still got quite a lot of shooty bits in the form of their flash kits and their scourges. They've lost the Hall of Blood, but they've got their Warp Beasts still online. Ravager trying to get out, trying to move around, but stuck between a rock and a soft place by the looks of things. Big shooters, well, sorry, not big shooters. The flash gets over here, managing to have a word with that ethereal, send him back home. Fire Warrior's not feeling too far up for it. And they are being shot down one at a time. Barracuda's over on this side, causing hell and havoc over in the Orc base, as well as some Assault Terminator veterans looking for some marks, but way over here, we've got the Warp Beast now coming in, just thinking, right, well, if you've killed our tower player, we will kill yours. And they will be able to destroy things quite quickly, especially when the sisters inspire them with some chemically induced courage. But is it enough? Tower over here, they're being stomped on quite nicely. Restore Monolith over here, still going in there. Got the Dark Lances on these Scourge Squads. Got to be cutting through the armour with remarkable speed. Assault Terminators now managing to keep these warp beasts occupied there and being supported with the bolter fire of the Space Marines and the Hellfire Dreadnought. Not sure if they're up to the task, but they're certainly giving it a good old-fashioned college try. Necron Monolith has gone down, been sent back all the way home, and the flash kits now falling back just a little bit. Have the Barracudas still? Are they still there? Yeah, they're still there, destroying everything. It's a gradual process. Have the Orks been pushed back to... Where are you? Yeah, the Orks have been pushed back. Almost back to Tier 1, sadly. But the Orky Fort does keep them active with being able to buy flash kits, from what I remember. Scare Squad's going to move over to the northern side, see if they can help defend against his Barracudas, but they're just going to bees back home. Over on this side, ah, there we go. Because Necron Monolith is low on health, they're going to come over here and try and destroy it. Big Blue there. As these guys have surrounded the Necron Monolith. Almost like a self-destruction, almost. And, yeah, but thankfully, the Necron has gone for a second Monolith earlier on in the game, so he's alright. But if he didn't, that would have been a huge upset. That would have been major issues. Dark Eldar base now going to be cut down. Rebuilding the Cabal Fortress over on this side. Wonderful dogged determination from the southern team here. The chances are slim, but the chance is still there, man. Tank busters moving forward. A little bit too far forward, if I do say so myself. This is a deadly firing line for them to contend with. Got another Necron Monolith. Where did you come from? Are you just a fake one again? Hold on. Are you a fake one? Yeah, you're a fake one. Never mind. More calls of help of bugs. Is this... So obviously I can't see all the things going on. Huh, I wonder. If you've got sharp eyes, let me know. Because that's not cool, man. If it is a thing. But just look, this is the longest firing line I've ever seen in all my years. Being disrupted by tank busters and big mechs with slugger boys. Real issue for everyone. Over here, are the warp beasts still here? The warp beasts are still here. Moving from building to building, not staying anywhere for too long, using their movement speed, but they're just having a good time, aren't they? You know, dance like no one's watching, live like tomorrow is your last day. But no, this is a sad time. Do not think that the Dark Eldar and Orks have got it in them to come back from this, which is in the corner here. We'll speed up just in case, because on my replay there's like a good couple of minutes left, and I just daren't leave the game early just in case they pull off something absolutely epic. The War Beast retreating, which is still in here. Monolith back to a good chunk. Do have a big exposure going on down here. That's nice. Flash gets being stunned into stasis. And, oh no, FCAS is saying, no, we will not leave. We will hold the line, whatever the cost may be. No, FCAS is Necron. Oh, well, either way, yeah, this is definitely a Northern team win. Cool, anyway, it was quite a back and forth one, wasn't it? It was wonderful how the tower player was able to make this little firing line here and just gradually move it over onto this side, giving the Necron player some space to... what's the word? To move his Monolith over and strike the killing blow on that tower player. But I mean, the Space Marines were struggling quite a bit in the early game, especially when that push with the big mech and those Dark Eldar were about in their base with their scourges. But cool, if you like the video, there is a lot more where that came from, especially on the old Patreon, where £1 a month does get you one extra game a week. And we also have a Discord where games happen all the time. It's all good fun stuff. Anyway, mine's been Mr. Lanchak. Pleasure as always, never choke. I'll see you in a bit. Peace.